High tech talk, high technology talk. Mm. Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not, but like they just said something about NASA releasing, you know, I guess releasing information about, anti-gravity cars or whatever. Like a long time ago when I was like a kid, I used to watch the Jetsons. I mean, we used to like watch a lot of futuristic things and read a lot of like the comic books when they talked about the future. They never like went like this. Like it always like this is slow to me. Like when it like just comparing it to like what they used to paint for us back in like the 90s when I was in like elementary school and middle school, and they used to tell us that what the future would look like, that the future is going to be like by the way, like some of this art that you're seeing online, these are old photos that we used to draw back then, or people used to draw back then, and depicting and thinking that the future was going to look like the Jetsons. I'm just putting you on game. I was born in 1986, so I haven't seen nothing, in the words of my grandma, but at the same time I've seen a lot, just a lot in such a short time, 37 years and counting at this moment. I don't know. Like, it's like, mm-hmm. You know, when you think back, that was a time where I was like so heavy into it. Like, when I got my cell phone for the first time, mind you, when we were coming from like dial-up phones, like I wish I had one with me, like and then the ringer phones where you turn it, ding 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 ring ring ring, that ugly ass ringer, you know, those phones, like my I remember like just thinking like last year how high tech the human brain is and has always been, like before, and I do have a go with this. I have it's a point with this topic, high technology talk, because someone was asking me like, do you remember like when you used to think about a person and they pop up? That's ESP, by the way. Like back then we were stronger with it. We got lazy like because of cell phones and stuff like that. We're getting lazier because of new technology. Like the newer the technology gets, the lazier we get. But at the same time, we're so new with it. Like we're so fresh with it. We can't get lazy right now. We're just not lazy. Like because it's always something new. So when it's new, you got to figure it out. You trying to figure it out. You're not lazy because you're trying to figure it out. And then once you figure it out, you're like, oh man, let me see if I can make this, or let me see if I can create this. And that's how we get even further along. Like we went from just having a thought of, yo, what if I could physically call my cousin or physically call my auntie or grandma who's like up the street and let her know that I'm coming over versus just popping up. Sometimes it just feels like I'm popping up, but it's like she always knows that I'm coming. Like like you just back then as a kid, we had no cell phones. So it'd be like, I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my cousin's house. For some reason, this nigga always knew I was coming. And I'd be like, damn, how he know I was coming? Like, was he'd be like, cuz I was just thinking about you, bro. I knew you was gonna pop up. Aunties would do the same thing. Yeah, I had a feeling you was coming. You had a feeling I was coming. What, you get a spider sense or something? Now you could just text a person, like, boom, I'm on the way. And they know you coming. That's how fire it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting for a flying car. I should have actually put this up for like kids too, because it'll probably be one of them that gets to the point to where they're like, yo, I want to go up so bad. I want anti-gravity so bad. I want to just take out an anti-gravity freaking remote control car, because a drone is not that. It's drones technically could almost qualify. You mean they're so small that if you spin those things fast enough, I imagine they could technically create their own gravity. It's kind of what they're doing. If they're made of the right material, you could probably do it and then make it bigger and then simulate that, and then you have like a craft that kind of like those propellers possibly could create their own gravity. The wind from the force go any faster, them bitches breaking dimensions. But anyway, just in theory and thought, in theory and thought, I'm like, yo, we should have by now developed the medical treatment to cure all diseases. Our nanotech should be a level right now the way you could take the nanobots, like the little tiny, tiny, tiny microscopic nanobots, and just and fuse them with human DNA. Like most people will be scared to do it. Like, but once it works for the first person, I feel like it'll just be natural. We just put these off in there and run the codes to where people are just pure. We're just healthy. These things just combat anything that ain't. It just automates with the AI in it, and you program it like a regular cell to just amp up your immune system and fight off anything. Nigga. It doesn't even matter. We would be like technically next level. We'd be like, I don't want to say cyborgs, but we'd be like nanotech humans. We'd be freaking something. We'd be elevating our own selves. Like most people probably look at it like, yo, he's talking about playing God. No, I'm not talking about playing God. I'm talking about playing human and being creative with it. Like, just saying, in all actuality, we control this. Like, it's all left up to us. Like, at the end of the day, like, belief, all that shit put aside, the words belief and all the things we don't know to be true in life with what we believe in based upon the facts. Like, people have to actually dumb down or smarten up. You know what I'm saying? Smarten up. Come up. Enlighten yourself. Come into your crown. Like, don't just sit there and just sleep until you die. Don't do that. Don't just sleep until you don't wake up or some shit like that. Don't waste your time like that. Like, it's okay to be distracted, but it's best to get back to work as soon as you can. Like, this is me working. Because, the universe is like, yo, enlighten people. Have a high-tech talk for real. Like, a real high technological talk. Like, all right, so we got all of this stuff going on, like in the world, all of these calamities that are like right there sitting at our doorsteps, all the possible avenues for a paradox to slip into utter chaos. Now, I know most people would say that chaos is, incubation for order, and from chaos comes new order. So the world is due as chaos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look, listen, we've been spinning in chaos since we knew what existence was, fighting and killing each other and pillaging and taking what's not ours and disrespecting, lands that don't belong to us, disrespecting people, claiming possession of people, like even playing a game of people's soul, just trying to break each other. Like, since we've been down here, we have seen no actual true peace. It's always some sort of underlying devising of deception there. Like, we always trying to play tricks on each other. Like, it's never no, we just can't just live as is. Like, it's always something. We gotta lie to each other. Like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta write a book and tell them that God did it or some shit like that. Like, it's always like trickery and deception instead of just excelling in positive, real stuff. When we tell the truth, we tell the truth. You know what I'm saying? So all of that faith aside, like, things change, like land changes, weather changes, freaking everything changes. So we have to change. Like, we have to evolve, and technology is a way of us evolving. It's tools. We've been using tools since we've understood how to survive in this game. Like, my cell phone is a tool. Like, don't get this twisted. I'm using this to make, my tablet, I use that to make music. I use my cell phone to contact people, to try to get the music out there, market and promote them on my phone. Like, freaking 86% of the time of my life right now since this has came out. Like, I had a choice one day. It was like me and my homies, we were talking about what's more important in life. Like, would you rather just have a car, or would you rather just have a phone? And you know what I'm saying? If it was anything that you could get trapped with at any given time, which would you rather be trapped with? And me, myself, I was like, shoot, as long as I got my cell phone, I'm good. The cell phone is a car. I can call somebody. It's like phoning a friend, bro. And most of the time, you're going to get somewhere with it. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody needing to make a phone call somewhere to somebody else that has a phone is very important too. And people seem to do favors these days. Like, it's like, look, listen. There's levels to it. Don't get me wrong. Your car can break down and your phone can go dead, but you can charge your phone, and it costs less to charge the phone than it does to fix a car. I'm just bringing in and making it make sense. Like, it's different levels to this shit. Like, but at the same time, it'd be good to just have both. You know what I'm saying? Car and phone. Now, bring it back to submergible cars. Like, you know what I mean? that shit would be even more fire. And I know they have submergible cars, but we need to make more cars that are submergible, and not just submersible, but capable of withstanding, you know, at least a good bit of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Like the car needs to be light, but capable of withstanding some good pressure and capable of, you know, resisting, you know, levels of heat. I'm not saying make the shit damn indestructible like we're capable of that, but maybe one day one can actually dream. But in this level, in realization, like in self-realization of realities and our limits with physics, I'm pretty sure we can make cars that can turn into actual submarines. That's if we got like maybe like 1 million cars that's turned into submarines. You could probably save a few million to, you know, maybe even 1 billion people. Like it's levels to this shit. You gotta have, you know, a few million cars that could actually levitate and go up. Like it's just the level of it, physics. Like, yo, to me, it's like this. I'm sitting in this room. You know what I'm saying? I rent. That's how high where we at right now. I'm sitting in this room that I rent. Most of the time I'm thinking about what can I do a show at. I mean, that's just me and the universe. It's powerful. I'm trying to manifest a show of me doing 70,000 people singing to you guys and loving my life, because that would be me having my real live dream moment. That's living my dream, me, because ever since I was a kid, I've watched, you know, on my television at my grandma's house, it was colored in 1990 something. This is how quickly this shit happens. Like, we used to read comic books about the color TV, and then we started watching the color TV. So technically, we started thinking that everything that they put in front of us is sooner or later going to take place. It's going to transpire. It went from us hearing it, because, you know, started out with a black and white TV. But anyway, stepped up. Grandma had the big box TV, you know what I'm saying? The big ass wooden TV. And then we ended up with a flat screen TV. And then next thing you know, TVs are hanging on walls and shit. In a minute, my TV just need to be a part of my wall. It don't even, and I know in certain people's houses, it's a part of the wall. Now look, check me out. This is my message to the government. It's not, this is just an option. All governments, world governments. And you know what I'm saying? If you live in another country and you're able to watch this, let your government know I love them. They need to do a better job. Like, there needs to be no poor class or no middle class. It just needs to be us, the people. Everybody should be accessible. Like, their wealth is the fact that we are all valuable. Like, I'm valuable to a degree that there are certain things and abilities that I can do that some people can't do. And the people that can do them, that we can do this shit together and make it even more freaking valuable, because that's what it's going to take to survive everything that gets thrown at us. Like, the technology and the tools that we use are the reasons we survive as man. Like, it'll tell you within these books that are made to like, okay, first of all, the King James Version, it is a slave Bible. It's a tool. You know what I'm saying? The rest of them, when you start going back and further back, they become actual history books, like books based upon the history and the legacy of our existence. The difference between these books, and that makes them not technically slave Bibles and more history books, is that the King James Version was kind of innovated and written in like 1611 or whatever to help with the slave trade and help with like modernizing certain mechanisms of, you know, creating culture, like getting to an end result. It wasn't like a thing that was meant to be forever. It was like a way of devising and getting to this point. You have to kind of respect it. It was kind of like somebody had to make some boss plays back then to get shit done. They had to sacrifice shit. People had to be put in certain places and positions in our existence to get these cities built. It's not like it was just going to happen any other way. It could have, maybe, who knows? But right now, we know that this way was the way that we got here. Like, America kind of was built on slavery. Like, kind of to it. Like, fuck the cotton, fuck all that shit. It ended up being built off a slave trade. It was built on blood, the transaction of flesh. And that's been transpiring. Like, look, the technology we use right now, that's what this shit is about to be built on now. It's about to be built on that shit. Like, don't get me wrong. It took sacrifice to even get to this point. That It didn't. We shouldn't even have to sacrifice for it. I'm gonna be real, but it ain't about that. And that's what we really need to see and recognize. It's not about the fact that we've been selling each other and throwing each other into slavery for fucking ever. Nigga, it's about where we are now and where we can get to. Like using technology. Like, get with me. You know, I'm pretty sure some of y'all already got this shit going. Millionaires and billionaires to the government. We should be free right now. Like, I shouldn't even be thinking at my job I'm slaving. Nobody should. Nobody should be thinking they slaving. Like, I shouldn't be thinking I'm a slave. You know what I'm saying? My cousin shouldn't be thinking I'm a slave. The lady down the street, the lady at my job, my boss lady, boss man, nobody should be treating anybody, other employees. We should actually be doing this shit for fun by now. Because most of the time, in the events, I ain't have to worry about rent, which I shouldn't have to worry about rent. I should actually be able to pick places that I want to live or places that I want to like just see about and cater to it. And you know, in my off time when I'm not playing, I'm playing video games on my phone. I could be teetering or tinkering in the yard somewhere, trying to make things float or trying to create absolute zero energy to harness that shit and be capable of making power and lights come on without having to pay a light bill. I'm just saying, or needing wind or anything else other than the energy around me that surrounds me that I know is there, this physical energy that's here, this shit that's just here that I know is energy and I know it's just absolute energy. It's freaking sustainable energy. You know what I mean? We need to be working on real deal stuff, man. The same way we help this ecosystem. I'm gonna tell you how we really help Earth. With our technology, we're able to stop animals from going extinct. That's crazy. We're able to stop trees from going extinct. We can bring back certain, you know, things that were good for the ecosystem like thousands of years ago right now because of technology. You guys don't realize how real this is. Like, it's right here in our face. We're starting to see things that, you know, didn't exist then, but we bringing it back into existence because of the technology, the phase that we're in, how advanced we're becoming. Like, and we're all doing it with our minds. It's all in our heads. It's all in our head. Like, the more we think and the more we go, like, it's so, like, we become, like, it's technically we've been programmed to be positive. And that's a good thing. Like, that's the one thing I respect about the Bible is the more we studied it, the more we get into this slave Bible, you find peace into it. Like, that's one thing about, we're just going to say my people. We went through so much shit and we don't want to kill you. And that's crazy. That shit's amazing. Ain't that God? That's gotta be Jesus. It's like we turn the other cheek every time and we just want to build some shit and survive. Like at the end of the day. But it's like now, right now, to me, we're so fucking distracted by like, you know, these women and sex and whether I should go beat my meat or not, you know, and who the hell cares about it? Yeah, we can't be ourselves. It's crazy. You got a lot of yourself. Not me. I go hard. I don't even care. One life to live. One life to live. It ain't YOLO, but it's like YOLO. You know? YOLO. YOLO. And this life is a continuum. So we want to get advanced with this shit, you know? Want to get real swifty with this shit. I mean, I do have a goal one day. I'm just going to say it in the middle of this. Man, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. This is a high-tech, just a high-technological conversation, y'all. You guys don't know what the hell I watch. I sit back here and I watch YouTube all day. And then, not all day. Then I go read about shit. I like to read shit. I don't really go to libraries. I just go read shit. Just random go read shit. Street signs, magazines. I walk around and read a fucking window and touch the shit, touch a tree, see what the tree knows. You probably think I'm being weird right now, but it's like information all around you. You could just absorb it. Go talk to people. People gonna tell you what they seen. That gives you a clear understanding of what you're really about to see. You know, movies, different things. You just go different places and just watch shit. Read it. Read the lines of life. And, you know, look up at the sky. Look up every day, man. Because that shit's a blessing. Like, Ever since the first man stood up and looked up, this shit been getting real ever since. And yeah, technically when I say this shit, I do kind of believe in Darwin's theory. It ain't even a kinda. I follow Darwin's theory. I actually rock with it. It's a real theory. It's not just a theory, it's a real fact of how we evolve. Like, you gotta ask yourself, which came first, the chicken or the egg? Nigga, you know which came first. The fucking egg. The egg was laid by something bigger than a chicken. It was laid literally by something that wasn't a chicken. But when it hatched out of the egg, that one, when this one specific one hatched out of the egg, it was a freaking chicken. It's just how it is. It's like, which came first? The ape-like freaking woman thing with the nigga that was bending her over, boinking her. And then next thing you know, a naked man thing came out and that was us. And you like, damn, what the fuck just happened? Yeah, you just popped out of evolution. It's kind of coming into existence. You ain't even just come into existence. No, listen, the first few of us was dumb as fuck. Like, we was just like them. We was looking at them, but as time went on, we got smarter. It just is what it is. You got to accept this shit. I'm going to tell you how it is. It's Homo erectus or whatever you wanted to call yourself back then. You know what I'm saying? Hairy, semi-hairy, ape type thing. You know what I'm saying? Ape type being. I'm going to stop calling it a thing myself. Ape type being. You popped out of this thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like one day one of them had a baby, and that baby was a man. That baby was literally a less hairier man, like less hairier man. And somewhere else, another one had one that popped out a woman that was very, very less hairier woman. Like, just started looking beautiful. And as time went on, it just kept going. It kept going. This is Earth doing this high-tech thing. It's so high-tech, it's fucking with us. Like, you have no idea how high-tech Earth is. We think this shit is primitive. No, nigga. This bitch spits out science. Let's go. What? Nigga, pay attention. Look at the species down here. Look at the trees. Look at everything. It's so real, you think it's a simulation. Like, this shit's gas, bro. Like, most of the time. Bro, I'm gonna have to smoke one on that. This shit is so vivid, we think it's a simulation. Because, get it, we make games and Sims and Grand Theft Auto and shit. So it's only right that we're in one of these things, right? Whatever. Nigga, look, listen, maybe in an aspect, in a way, if you want to just say it like that, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what. In the events we discover Dyson spheres are laying ahead of us and we're headed towards, you know, towards the realm of a high advanced civilization that has been around for billions of years, even observing us, like we so real because we look at it, we finally look at it as everything is the observer. The observer is existence itself. That's some high-tech shit, brody. Like, could you imagine a computer that exists to analyze itself? The only way to analyze itself is internal, and then it figures out through the internal it can create ways externally to actually view itself. Like, you know, like, take Earth for example. Like, we're on Earth. Earth is Earth. Thinking like this, we're Earth's friends, we're appendages. Like, Earth wouldn't know what Earth looked like if it wasn't for us. Like, think about it. Earth sends a signal, a thought, an idea to our brains, and it's like, I want to know what I look like. And we send up satellites that take pictures. Now we go even further to even jump a few of us off of here so we can see this shit for real, for sure, to make sure. And we take pictures, and then we send those pictures back down and we look at them. And Earth is able to view these pictures and be like, okay, so this is what I look like. I'm like blue with some brown continents with some shapes on me. Okay, I have these continents on me. Now, we start giving names to the continents on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Earth downloads this and it resonates with this and it's happy because of it. It is given a whole concept of existence that right now we think so small we don't even look at the bigger picture of what's really going on, ecosystem. But anyway, survive, motherfuckers, survive, build some great shit. This is just me babbling about whatever the fuck I wanted to babble about and calling it high-tech talk. You dig? But it really was some jewels in there. I'm proud of y'all, man. I'm proud of all of y'all for chasing your dreams. If you're not chasing your dream, I'm still proud of you, but you need to go do something with your life. You need to really go do something with yourself, boy. Like, the fuck wrong with you? The fuck is wrong? Why are you down here if you're not living your best life? Yeah, yeah.